Wild space, the penultimate frontier. These are the voyages of the 16 Candlekeeps. Our season-long mission: to explore subspace systems, to seek out new NPCs and new encounters, to boldly roll where no one has rolled before.
Hello, and welcome to 16 Candlekeeps, the place where the 80s pass their death saves. And once again, I am not Steve Archer. I am in fact Liam Thornton, and I am your dungeon master for this mini campaign that we have now shoehorned in a festive special. So you're welcome. How is everyone today?
Good, thank you.
Glad I'm not running a festive special.
Yeah, so it's snowing outside. We are either cold or have colds. So we thought that we would share that fun with you. But before we get into that, let's talk through a few announcements. Let's kick things off. Jade, please.
So by the time you're seeing this, we will be on day 14 of our 16 Candlekeeps holiday advent, because we're covering multiple holidays and not just Christmas. We've had weapons, we've had spells, we've had subclasses, we've one-page one-shots, the works. If this is the first time you've seen it, go back and have a look. It's all free for you guys to use. It's literally out in the world, and it's for you. That's our little holiday gift to you all, to say thank you for following.
Lovely. And then I believe we've got a big episode coming up on the St. James Files.
So this Friday, 2 days from now, which will be the 16th, is the final episode of the Book of Revelation campaign. So it's not, don't stress, it's not the final episode ever, but it is the big finale with the four horsemen and what's going on there. Don't want to say too much to spoil it for people, but if you've not listened, go back, do a search for St. James Files on all of your podcast listening places, and on social media, and catch up with where we are, and then see what happens to our heroes on Friday. Do they live? Do they not live? Do horses live? We don't know. We do know because we've recorded it. But
no horses were harmed in the making of the podcast.
No horses were harmed. Or wyverns. No wyverns were harmed in the making of this episode.
Brilliant. Cool. So lots to keep everyone going over December. Some fantastic things to read, listen to, and watch whilst you're on your commutes on those final run-ups to the holidays. So let's recap on what happened last time. And oh boy, a lot happened last time. So our new cadets were continuing through their training. They got their first taste of spelljamming training as they were having to move tiny toy ships by digging deeply into themselves and trying to overcome any insecurities that they could have to fly these ships as an extension of themselves. Some of our cadets did well, and some maybe need to put in a few more hours in the training, but they all were able to make the move. After that, they had a wonderful time with the definitely not CBBC-based adventure game show training regimen brought to them by Not So Raven, as they had to take on an assault course with some fantastic ingenuity, dealing with some electrified water, which, as a DM, I was both proud and annoyed. Until finally, Vina, their rival, was attempting to make her way up the final slippery pillar, and after refusing assistance, was pushed from the top by Herumph.
Play innocent. You know what you did.
I do not know how she fell. Must have been slipping on her own shit.
As she hits the floor with a thud, knocked unconscious, that is where we are going to pick back up. There are a lot of shouts and cries from the other cadets that are in there. Not all of them are accusatory. Some of them are celebrating the fact that Vina has, been knocked down a peg. And in a swirl of feathers, the teacher will make his way over, and just the feathers swirl in a like a small whirlwind, and Vina and the teacher are gone.
Where did she go?
Probably medical bay. Shall we get down?
I hope she's all right.
She is fine. She was breathing.
Well, yeah, but probably shouldn't have pushed her off.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, you will only ever starve. And I'm going to now lower myself down the pole.
Wonderful. Can you just make a... What do you want? Athletics or acrobatics? How are you getting down?
I'll go athletics. It's fine. I'm not an acrobatic man. Even though they're the same thing. So that's an 11.
Okay, so, yeah, you say this, and then you grab on, forget to brace with your thighs, and then you just slide down a lot quicker than you'd intended on, but still manage to just about stick the landing at about a 3.
I want to bruise coccyx before the rest of this.
Can I try and do my coolest slide down in the most Legolas way I can?
That's going to be some acrobatics.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. 15?
15. Yeah, so you just sort of flick your hair, and then you just slide down the side of it, like one hand on the side as both your feet are just pointed downwards, and then you just gently just jump off on the last few feet.
I would also like to slide back down the pole as gracefully as possible.
Okay, let's go for some acrobatics then.
Acrobatics, that is a 19.
Okay, yep, so not wanting to be like, one-upped. Yeah, as you're sliding down, you're actually going around in like a corkscrew motion, and then you jump off just next to...
What's funny is I'm so uncoordinated in real life that's the dream.
Fantastic. So you're all back on solid, non-slippery, non-electrocuted ground. Yeah. you can hear the magical tannoy announcements are being made. And you hear it saying, all cadets to return to their bunks for inspection immediately.
I guess I know where we're going next, then.
Let's hope nobody finds a body on the way, hey?
Is that likely?
It's Danganronpa, don't worry.
I am the ultimate hole slider down.
Somebody
Let's go back
clip
to
that.
the book.
Somebody clip that.
They going on the socials.
Yeah,
Late night with Emma.
that's a different stream. Anywho, so yeah, are you making your way back to the cadets' quarters? Yep.
Celestial is going back to the boat.
Lovely. So as you get back there, you can see that everyone is, quite hastily prepping their bunks for an inspection, making sure all of their gear is all ready. You see one Thry-Kreen cadet who just keeps trying to readjust all of their sleeves and having a few issues with it, nicks one of them. But it doesn't re-sew. As they're there getting that sorted, one of the other cadets is just there, just reading books and sort of checking through what appears to be a list of what's expected. From the room there, as you're looking around, you notice that, Vina is not in here at all. And that her lackeys are just sort of looking over at you and whispering amongst themselves.
I now have weapons, try it.
And Bosun Tarto will enter as the captain who's in charge of the area, the GIF from earlier, will walk alongside with a notepad, and they'll just begin inspecting everyone's bunks. Just out of curiosity, are you doing anything to your bunks? Are you prepping anything? What sort of way would you have your little slice of home?
Celestial would have, she always makes her bed in the morning, so this is not new. So she'd be straightening it and stuff. With the, I can't remember now what we had in the bunk, where to put our
so
stuff.
you've got a chest at the end.
At the end of the bed.
Yeah.
Do we
Like
have
a
a
little
bedside
footlocker.
table or anything? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that you've got it's a stool, but it's also used as your bedside table.
Oh. The few objects that she's put on the bedside stool, she's sort of put right angles to each other, and if you were to open the chest at the bottom, everything has been very neatly folded and stacked in there. And she's put her, because we got 2 sets of uniform, didn't we? So
yeah.
We put her second set on the top, so it's easy to get to if it's needed to get to quickly. Yes. And there's a cuddly toy dragon on the pillow she brought from home. Yeah. On the pillow.
Nice.
As a very stark contrast to that, Geamhradh is literally bare minimum, only has what is needed out, and she hasn't bothered unpacking her bags. It is literally just a bag in a chest with uniform on top, because she is ready to leave at any second at all times.
Nice.
And then Herumph's bed will probably be, the sheets are not set up for bed yet. They are folded at the bottom, as if placed ready to make the bed. And then his pack will be, and his spare uniform will be in the chest. But he has his, after going to the armory and such, he will have his hand axes laid out, ready for display on the bed, as well as his longbow placed essentially over the top of them, as if leaving both bunk and gear ready for inspection.
Nice. Lovely. So, yes, the two officers will make their way around to your bunks and will check things over. The GIF starts to try and show you, Herumph, how you would actually go about making a bed. Being very delicate with like folding the sheets and just gently pulling them up on the sides. So this is how we would do it. Personally, I prefer to always make sure that mine is ready beforehand, because otherwise I get in at night and then it's a bit cold. I want to make sure it has that little extra warmth beforehand.
Permission to speak, Captain.
Permission granted.
I am slightly too big for most beds, so I tend to use the sheets and sleep and gesture to the floor next to the bunk. It is more space for old man joint sake.
And you just see him just take a second, looks, tilts his head, and goes, you haven't adjusted your bed?
What is... This is...
And he just goes down to, like, the bottom leg, and he just starts turning the leg, and it just starts extending out.
Well, I love to be made a fool of on first day of inspection. This is a great show.
It's not your fault. Oh, I'm standing here saluting, by the way, because I feel
Just the
she
whole
would,
time.
but
Yep.
the whole time that they're in the room. It's not your fault, Herumph. You didn't know. That's good, because now you can sleep in the bed.
We'll see if mattress is nice.
It's something that was in the pack, but I don't know if you've had a chance to get to that.
Please excuse me, Captain, and just bows head in shame.
Bosun Tarto will cut in and will also just salute to you and say, at ease. It's quite all right. I'm aware that you've been able to get through your orientation tasks quite quickly, so the fact that your living quarters are not ready shows that you are more willing to take on more important tasks than comfort. That being said, there are a few rules that I may want to go back over with you all. Together, we are to form one united fleet, and in doing so, we should not be causing problems with our crewmates. There are officers whom you can speak to should you have an issue with anyone, but I must warn you that having any kind of disagreement with Vina is not going to end too well. Unfortunately, her family are some of Mert's old friends and are very wealthy investors in this academy. However, since she is obviously having to retake her orientation again and being held back another year, this time I will look the other way.
Thank you, sir.
Cadet Herumph, you seem somewhat quiet on the matter.
Well, this is it is a great shame to know that money buys silence where obedience should be expected. Obviously, I will obey because I don't want to upset any brokers. But remember that family is only blood, and blood can be spilt.
I couldn't agree with you more. However, this is not my academy. Therefore, I must do as I am told as well. For example, tomorrow, we must all take part in the Waterdavian tradition of Wintershield, as much as it pains me. Cadet Tempest?
Can I do a...
What is that, sir?
Did you want to make a history check there?
I was going to say, yeah, would I know this? Can
Yeah.
I check?
Go for it. Yeah, make a history check. If you're
that
from
was a
Waterdeep,
crap
you would
roll.
have advantage.
I know what...
No.
I rolled 11.
Okay. I mean, you'd know enough. You would know that it is, it's a festival. That's pretty much as far as your knowledge would extend on that. But you would be told that it's an annual holiday in Waterdeep. It marks the start of the new year. And it's basically a day where everyone has a day off work, and there's lots of feasts and lots of drink as people share stories of the year past and, you know, all of their sort of achievements and things. And you're also told that Mert is very famous for throwing parties. So there will be a lot of traffic into the academy as people come in to celebrate. As cadets, you would end up having a slightly better meal in the refectory. Whereas, you know, all of the officers and teaching staff would be in the officers' quarters having their meals, whilst Mert would entertain some outside guests in his private banqueting halls. But yeah, the long and short of it is that the next day you basically have a day off with food and drink.
Woo! This is so exciting.
And with
So what
that,
event you're on about? Not familiar.
with that, they will carry on their inspections unless you have any further questions for them.
No.
Oh, wonderful. So what would you want to do for the rest of the night?
Did we do everything on the sheet that we were given?
Yes.
Did. Okay.
Yeah, you have done all of your
I,
orientation tasks. The one last thing that you had to do was to check in with Bosun Tarto, who called you all in anyway.
Oh,
I believe Herumph wanted to go and see someone at the bar, at their drinking hall.
I'm not in the mood this evening. Maybe we can bump into him tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for remembering. I forgot about Captain Monkey Man.
I'm just reading over my notes from last time. That's really weird.
Brilliant. So with that, yeah, the evening is yours to do as you wish. Maybe checking in on other manuals and things, seeing what other items that you might have missed around your bunk. You'll reading through it. You'll also see that you can set your own arcane lock, so no one except you will be able to open the chest that's there at the foot of your bed. The exception to this is if they have a warrant, the officers can open it up. It's the only override that's on it, but they do have to have a warrant directly from the top. Then some other information as you're going through. You will basically get some pamphlets that talk to you about the difference between the Spelljammers and the Spelljammer Corps. Just so that you can sort of see which of these appeals to you. It's your standard propaganda stuff. Do you want to fly high and sail the stars, then be a Spelljammer? Do you want to explore strange new worlds and wear a lovely red uniform, join the Spelljammer Corps?
Okay. Celestial would probably sit on her bed studying the rest of the material that they were given.
Cool.
Anything that's not been read yet. Making sure she's read everything. Everything in detail.
Lovely.
Oh.
Is everyone reading or just Celestial?
Yeah, Herumph would read as well.
I think Yalruk would actually go off and explore the areas that she's allowed to explore and just kind of get her bearing, have a sneaky sneak, try and see what people are all about.
Fair enough. As you are looking around, you see that there are quite a few people that seem to be walking around with like scroll cases or map cases, and they're being sort of passed around and exchanged a lot for coin.
Can I pick on a particular exchange and then follow one of the two parties? Like the one with the one that gave the coin but received the scroll case? Can I follow?
Yeah, absolutely. So discreetly, give me a stealth check then.
Let's see how good Jade can roll this time. It is not stealthy.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So as
I
you're
rolled a 9.
Brilliant. As you are looking over this exchange and you're getting close enough so that you can hear that one of them's there saying, "Look, we don't have many left. This is a bargain price. It's the best that you're gonna get it now. You have left it very late." Yeah, well, I know that I've left it late, but I just think that, a platinum is a bit extortionate for this. Take it or leave it. And then they'll see you there, and then they'll point and say, look, I mean, there's other customers that I've got right here. You know, for a platinum, right? You'd happily take it. They're directing that at you.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't catch
What's
that.
going on, but I'm going to play along.
Cool. Yep.
She'll play along.
See, you know, there's customers everywhere. You know, you're not gonna find anyone else that's got maps left this close to Wintershield. And then eventually, begrudgingly, the other guy will hand over the platinum. Will open up the map case and just look at it. And as you see him open it up and just pull it up, you can see it just looks like a bog standard map. The sort of thing that you could probably pick up from the Academy itself. There seems to be nothing remarkable about it, and yet someone has clearly been fleeced for it.
Can I put on a bit of a show of being by it myself and
Yeah, absolutely.
bulky.
And then the person who has just bought their map is just going to stuff it all the way down like their top and just start like hurriedly going back towards the let me find the name of it, the Weeping Goddess Tavern.
Stop the seller and be like, so you pulled me into your weird little shtick. What is it? I need to know. And she's just gonna full blown like in his face about it.
Fair. And he'll say,
Making friends.
don't worry, I have still got more maps left, and you know, you did help me. I could do it for you at the reduced price of should we say 5 gold?
Rewind. This is my first day here. I have no idea what's going on. You need to explain it to me because I am lost. Not like lost, but like I don't understand what's happening. You need to explain it properly.
Well,
otherwise, I'm gonna.
If you're lost, you know what's really good and will help you out with that? A map. That's what you need right now. Is you need a map.
She will visibly clench her fists. And her knuckles will go.
All right. No need for any of that. Right, so, obviously you're new here. Wintershield, big deal. You don't want to be caught without a map on Wintershield. It's a good luck charm if you've got a map on Wintershield. Everyone's always clambering around trying to get a new map. Half of the crews that are out there on the ships, they're not given access to maps, so none of them come in with a map. So we stockpile a few through the year, and then we're able to sell them here for a tidy profit.
It's a map of here.
It's just a map. It doesn't matter what the map's a map of. It's just a map.
So why do they need a map?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be a good luck charm. It's good luck for the journey ahead of them. In the coming year. It's one of those old superstition things.
Good luck with that. I'm gonna go. And she'll just like kip off back towards the bunk.
Cool.
And she'll go and like hurriedly tell the other two what she's just witnessed.
That's
Weird, right?
So we have joined the Honourable Spelljamming Academy, where no one is allowed to bring cargo that is not allowed, and everyone is above board, and yet in the last 24 hours we have had multiple accusations of problematic industry. Why does this not shock me? Every man has a price, and apparently you don't need to visit the banker for this one. This is a joke.
Do you not like it here, Herumph?
I'm not here by choice, so no. But I thought if I'm going to come and enjoy the experience, I would at least come and find something. If I knew it was going to be like this, I would have just signed up with the Flaming Fist or something like this. There's no honor amongst thieves. Coming soon in March 2023.
Nice.
nice.
It's DnD.
So
Yeah.
smooth.
What's so smooth?
But yes, apart from my silly bobbing, this is meant to have some there's some ethos and some weight to being a spelljammer. It's not exactly like signing up with the lot in Helm's Keep and all that, whatever it's called up in the north. I don't know. I'm an old man.
I definitely did the right thing in
Yeah.
not buying a map, even if I had the money.
Depends on your
Yeah.
superstition, I guess.
I don't think you should have bought the map, so well done for not. This is all just... Wasn't expecting anything like this to happen. I didn't...
In the conversation, he did say that it doesn't have to be any particular map. It just had to be like a map, and we got given a map yesterday of the whole place. So technically, we shouldn't have any bad luck because we've got our orientation map, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's a map. Any map will do.
It is part
she'll
of the
just,
conversation.
Sit. Sorry, and she'll just sit on the end of the bed and arms crossed, and like leg crossed over, and just be like,
Is there a desk for the GIF who looks after the bunk?
Yeah.
Can I write on a piece of parchment that it is noted by a member of the cadets that they might need to look into their map quantity levels, as there might be intentional holding back of numbers in the cartographer's area?
Yeah, no, sure. So you do that, and then you will leave it over there. I take it that you want to do this sort of like you're basically, you're whistleblowing, so I assume you don't want it to be obvious that you're...
Yeah, I've just put it anonymously on the thing. I've left it whilst the GIF is away from the desk. I've just placed it in a way that should someone pick that up and find it a very useful piece of information, they have it.
Absolutely.
And also, if nothing comes from it, we know we can't trust the bunk captain either.
Yep. That's some smart stuff there.
Nice.
So, with that, would you be turning in for the evening?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely.
If it's a suitable bedtime, yeah.
Yeah. by the time that all of this has happened, obviously you can you'd have gone and gotten something to eat in the refectory as well. There's not much in the way of food on that evening. It seems like they are kind of holding back for Wintershield itself, which is supposed to be just an entire day of feasts and frivolity. So yeah, it's the night before Wintershield. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm so disappointed.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
And then you go to sleep, and then it is Wintershield. That's what we're doing instead. We'll just keep it rolling.
Hey.
There is just, when you are waking up, you can just already hear that people are drinking. Like, the sound coming from the tavern, it's already loud, and it's like early morning.
I was going to say, what time is it that we've woken up? Because I imagine we woken up to an alarm, or if we just woken.
Since it's Wintershield, there is no alarm. There is no, day off, etc., etc. But yeah, no, it's early. It would be around like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Herumph, being an early morning person, which is weird for me, will be getting up at sunrise and will go collect essentially a loaf of bread and several water skins, and will be hiding in the I'm assuming we have like a training area where you can just practice with bows and certain things.
Yeah, you've got that sort of like a less equipped sort of like common room, really.
Yeah. He just kind of, he doesn't leave a note. He just gets up early and goes off, specifically making sure he's got food so he can stay in there for the long haul, should he need to. But is trying to keep out of the way.
He just does not want to get involved with this at all.
Fantastic.
Your not happy mug, Steve, was lifted at a very appropriate time.
I know you're about.
I chose that to make you tea in specifically for the podcast.
What about the other two of you?
Can I be like particularly excitable and cast frostbite at the ceiling, but so that the sparks of the ice kind of trickle down over the top of Celestial?
Love it.
Celestial was enjoying the lion and is still asleep, and when this absolute nonsense is happening above her, she's all for the Christmas spirit, the Wintershield spirit, but this is a chance to have a lie-in, so she just pulls the covers over her head. And you just kind of hear from under the pillows, not letting me sleep!
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair. Please, irritated people.
I knock in a very knock on the side of her bed and just whisper, to build a snowman.
Everybody's home. It's what you hear from under the covers. No one's in.
She's just gonna whip it back. I'd be like, it's snow day! It's Wintershield! Let's go! Where's Herumph?
No, he's not a festive person. He's probably done the sensible thing and gone somewhere else for the day. Please, can I just go back to sleep for an hour?
yank her out of bed, and as she's dragging her, she's gonna go, "We need to go find Herumph now," and just.
No, we don't. No, we don't. He will be so angry if we fetch him. He's not here for this. Let's just leave him. Just leave him. We'll do something if we have to.
Just us?
Yes, just us.
Okay. You get dressed, and I will wait right here, and she'll sit on her bed, cross-legged like a child in an assembly.
Can you at least not look while I get changed?
And then she'll be like, "Okay."
My God. Celestia will take her clothes and things and go and get changed in. I assume there's a bathroom of some kind.
Yeah, that there is. Don't worry.
Does it have a door that locks?
Yeah, it does. It's got one of those, where it just turns, like the little like disc sort of thing turns over. Yeah.
It's going to go and get changed in there and lock the door. She's too excited.
Make a bed for her.
you make her bed for her. Fantastic.
Yeah. I forced her to get up. I'm going to make her bed.
Yeah. Herumph, how are things going over at your little hiding hole?
Come and
join us.
He'd probably start off warming up with just practice runs against a dummy with dual hand axes, and just essentially moving through in a kind of fashion of like moving through the Carter sort of thing, but like he's doing it with the blades in hand, and actively trying to place it where he would without damaging the dummy. And then probably about half an hour or so after that, he'll then just pick a quiver and start volleying arrows down the length of the room towards any target he can.
Cool.
If you would like me to roll anything, please do.
No, I mean, if all you're doing is sort of training and that, you're absolutely fine. You don't need to roll anything. You're just trying different things, seeing how things work, getting the feel of the weight of the new bow. Trying to just figure out best way to swing these axes. And as you're there, you've heard, just sort of as you're trying to focus on your shots, you've heard the excitable and less excitable voices of your friends as they are getting ready for their day of adventure.
Lovely. I think at that point he will just he takes a moment, pulls two arrows at once, and places them, and just like looks at it, and then just shakes his head and puts one back and continues practicing.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Oh dear. Right. So you'll continue with your practice as the girls will get ready to head on out, I guess. Probably don't want to spend the entire day in the cadets' quarters.
No, we'll go out.
Wonderful. So as you are heading out, can you just make me a perception check a minute?
Both of us?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay. That's a 19 for Celestial.
19?
Yeah.
Right. So as you are heading out, you can hear like the pitter-patter of tiny feet, and then you're a bit confused because you're like, I mean, that sounds like birds. That sounds like flippers on the stone floor. As You just see a small cloaked figure just swoosh around a corner.
Is it this? How far away is this from us?
It's probably just a few feet. It's like as you have come out, it's turned the corner, it's gone down like the next corridor.
Okay. I want to follow them.
Okay.
It was a weird way to come around a corner.
Yep. So you will follow. I mean, with that roll, you know that sound, and you're just hearing that. And you follow the sound more so than anything. Keep following until you hear it stop. Are you going to be moving cautiously, or are you just going gung-ho straight in?
Yeah, let's be fairly cautious. Not full-on stealth, but a little bit of stealth.
Okay.
If that means anything.
And so if you want to make a stealth roll for us, please, Geamhradh, if you could also do the same.
Celestial got 8.
Geamhradh is too excited by everything and is probably not that stealthy.
Lovely.
I rolled it now.
Okay, so you are attempting to be stealthy. We'll find out how that goes soon, as you look around the corner and you can see this tiny little cloaked figure is there, and a little flipper extends out of the cloak, handing over a bottle to a hobgoblin captain. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Oh my god!
Captain Jace, we meet again.
Lovely. So thanks for playing today, everyone. Thank you, everyone at home, for watching, listening. We hope that you have a wonderful holiday time, whatever you so choose to do.
Yes.
Be happy, be safe, spend time with your loved ones, spend time with your favorite beloved podcasts. I'm just saying, but whatever you do, have the best time. If you want to spread some more cheer in our lives, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you're listening to us in any of the audio formats, leave us a review. That's a cool thing that you can do. It doesn't cost anything, and we will love you more than we already do, which is, I'm going to be honest, it's quite difficult because we love you all. But yes, we will be back again one more time before this year is out. So that's it. All who want to say bye, say bye.
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 Ciao.